uh, every time I'm either editing or watching one of those videos from this church to play out on a Sunday morning, I've just realised my hair is all over the place. I always really miss being here, everyone being here, filling this place with the praises of God, and that was, yeah, it always kind of gets me a little bit emotional. But hopefully, with the news of the vaccine being developed and whatnot, that's one more step to us being able to rejoin together as a church in the same place to worship God. So let's pray that that day happens sooner rather than later. So on my order of service that I'm looking at up there, as always at this point, I've just put Andy Thoughts, and that is always a placeholder that I always think I'm going to say something there. And then it comes to Saturday afternoon and I haven't thought of anything to play, anything to say. But something always comes to me. So this is what came to me yesterday. So I think it was about a month ago at our life group, one of the challenges, we always have a challenge at the end of the session to put what we've been talking about and what we've been discussing into practice. And one of the challenges in middle of October was to do something during that week that wouldn't make sense unless you were a follower of God, a follower of Jesus. And coincidentally, I was on holiday that following week. So I was racking my brains thinking, well, how on earth do I do that when we're, just about to go back into lockdown and I don't see anyone? How can I carry out that challenge? So on my holiday, I went to Grafham Water and I went for the walk around Grafham Water, about 10 miles or so. It was a lovely afternoon, so I was just walking around and it was quite sunny and it was lovely, very nice. And then that challenge came into my head that we've been discussing the Thursday before. What can I do that didn't make sense unless I was a follower of Jesus? So that came to me about halfway around, like 5 miles in, and I was going through thinking, well, what can I do right here at Grafham Water? There's hardly anyone about. What can I do that doesn't make sense unless I'm a follower of Jesus? And then the thought came to me, well, I meet people coming the other way. They're either cycling or walking. We say hello. We say, we exchange pleasantries, say, oh, it's lovely weather. Yes, so it is, all in that very British way. And then we pass by it, and likelihood is we're never going to see those people again. So the thought came to my mind that maybe when I meet these people coming the other way, I pray for them. And I carry on walking around, and every person I see, I pray for the family. So there was a family on some bicycles. I prayed for them. No idea whether those prayers actually got answered. No idea whether they even knew what I was doing. So that was one of my ways that I could share that I am a follower of Jesus that doesn't make sense if I wasn't. So I did that for a bit. And then the thought came to me while I was walking around, well, how will I know if these prayers get answered? You can tell I haven't written any of this down. I'm just thinking it off the top of my head. So sorry if it doesn't make sense. So how will I know if those prayers get answered? And God said to me, well, trust me. I am above everything that you know. I'm above the trees that you're walking through. I'm above the grass. I'm above your spirit and I'm above your soul. I will do whatever is good. And that really sort of choked me a bit. It's kind of a strange thing that you're walking around this reservoir and you're really holding back the tears. And the song came to me, above all powers, above all kings, above all nature. So I'd also brought my headphones in my backpack. So I sat down on this bench in the middle of this wood and popped my headphones on, connected them to my phone and just listened to this song. And yeah, it was really difficult to hold back the tears. There were a couple of cyclists going past. They probably looked at me and go, what on earth is he doing? So sat on a bench trying to... So yeah, that's what I want to bring to you this morning. God is above everything. And it was very strange sat on that bench with my headphones in the middle of this wood, just listening to that song, above all powers, above all nature and created things. And it just reminded me, God is all powerful. Even if we don't know what he's doing in the background, I pray for those people. I don't know what's happened to them. They could have, well, hopefully they haven't, but they could have gotten into a traffic accident on the way home. I don't know what's happened. But God does, and that's the important thing. So the next song we're going to share together is Above All Powers. And I've put together a video with the lyrics, so you should be able to sing along, although it should be fairly well known to most people anyway.